Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we're live for Manchester United against Real Betis. But also, yes, you might be able to see it, you can't probably see me. The book is out. It's actually out. We're live at 3 o'clock in the morning to, celebrate the launch of the book that came out on August the 1st. It's got nothing to do with Betis against Manchester United. It's all about the book launch. It's out now. Please do order it by scanning the QR code or going through the link in the description. Apparently, we're about 110 sales away from getting in the top 10 this week. So please do pre-order it. It'll be a great book and it's out now. But look, we are also live for Betis, of course. We're live for Manchester United, of course. And I've not slept in. Don't worry about that. I was just letting the dog out for a piss and she was taking ages. I don't know whether she had a piss or not because it was dark. So at some point during this stream, I might have to piss off to take it for another one as it starts listening to my voice and moaning. Did you sleep, says Jamie. I must have slept because what I've woken up to is worse than a dog shit. It is absolute United shit. I cannot believe what I've woken up to this morning. I just can't believe it. I cannot. If you've not heard this, this is incredible. Lenny Yoro has gone from being out for 6 weeks for 3 months, and Rasmus has gone out from being precautionary to 6 weeks. Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic, in the last 20 minutes, has put it out that Lenny Yoro is out for 3 months now, and Rasmus is now out for 6 weeks. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely, and that it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And on top of that, look at the team that Ten Hag's picked. It's like going back in time to all this shit you don't want to be playing for Man United. No Collier, Ericsson and fucking McTominay. Where's Mason Mount? Where the fuck's Mason Mount and Collier? I just, where is Mason Mount? Like, please tell me where Mason Mount is because I don't know what to say at the moment. I don't know what to say. Genuinely do not know what to say. Tink says they'll come on in the second half. He's picking his strongest team, you fucking idiots. Do you not listen to anything Ten Hag says or anything that's been said? This is his strongest 11, which he said 8 days ago he was going to pick for an hour against Betis. So Mason Mount is not in his strongest 11 anymore. Scott McTominay is. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's playing, who we're trying to sell to West Ham. Lindelof's playing, who we're trying to sell apparently. Maguire's in there again. I mean, that was inevitable because Casemiro was inevitable. But I just don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. Ryan says, chill out, it's pre-season, mate. Does Ryan not know the news? Should we give Ryan the news? Ryan, Mr. Half Glass Full. Should we give it to Ryan? Literally, let's give it to Brian. Ryan, here we go, right? This is what we know. This is what we know, Ryan, okay? So, take a chill pill, Ryan. It's only pre-season. Man United confirm foot injury will keep Rasmus, will keep Lenny Yoro out for 3 months. 3 months, not 2, not 1. Foot injury will keep him out for 3 months. I mean, you've almost got to ask yourself as well, what the fuck have Man United been doing since Saturday night? On a serious note, what have we been doing since Saturday night? He was injured on Saturday. We find out on Thursday he's out for 3 months. Why have we kept that quiet for 3 days? To what end have we kept that quiet for 3 days? What advantage has that given Man United? Oh, that Betis in a pre-season friendly don't know he's not playing. Like, we went and bought De Ligt without Bayern knowing. What was the point in us not knowing about Lenny Yoro being out for 3 months, 3 days ago? And anybody who says to me we didn't know until yesterday, come on. We're Manchester United. You scan a foot the day he bloody does it. It was... I wish it was a joke, by the way. I wish it was a joke. And then the second bit is even worse. Rasmus is out for 6 weeks. So we won't see Rasmus until the middle of the middle of September. And then he won't be fully fit because he won't have had pre-season. And people think that this season's going to be new when it comes to injuries. It's just unbelievable. I just don't. And then I look at that and I go, what's the bloody point? Eriksen and McTominay in a Manchester United midfield. Maguire and Lindelof at bloody centre-back. Jadon Sancho back on the fucking wing. Rashford up front. I mean, I know these things will change. I know we've got Bruno and Mainu and Garnacho and Martinez and Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mainu to come back. But you know what? What do they say? It doesn't rain, it pours. There is a sign here staring us in the face, isn't it? You know, there's something sending us a very strong message. This club ain't changing. It ain't changing. Despite what we want to change, nothing's changing because we are absolutely jinxed. We are cursed. Lenny Yoro, £52 million signing. We beat Real Madrid to him and he's out for 3 months. And Rasmus Højlund, big season ahead, out for 6 weeks. Season's not even started. And Larry Bird says, here we go. Mark Goldbridge woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Mate, it wouldn't matter if I woke up on the right side of the bed. I'd still be absolutely fuming. I don't even know what I'm fuming about. I'm just really pissed off. And I'm really, really pissed off. So it's the Rasmus one. How's he done his hamstring? He was, you know, I don't know. I don't. How has he done his hamstring in the first fucking pre-season game? How has Yoro done his bloody metatarsal in his first pre-season game? It's just... Tyler says you wanted Ten Hag. Yeah, last time I checked, Tyler, Ten Hag wasn't running around on the pitch with a baseball bat, smashing in Yoro's foot and whacking bloody Rasmus's hamstring. Yeah, I just feel... You know what? You know what it is? It's not irritation. It's not lack of sleep. It's desolation. It's... There's a word for it, and I don't know what it is. It's not even frustration. It's not even anger. It's just despair. That's what it is. It's despair. It's absolute despair. And what compounds that despair is when I look at this team and I see these players who want to stay and fight for their shirt. Fuck off. You don't want to stay and fight for your shirt. You want to stay because no one else will pay you the wages we pay because we're fucking thick. And that's not Ineos's fault. That's the Glazers' fault. But how many of those players starting there are only here because of their wage? Because I can count 6. I can count 6 players in that starting lineup who are only here because of their wage. It's unbelievable. And I need to tweet it. I need to tweet it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Da, 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 da. What's this? We will stop watching if MG keeps abusing his fans. I'm sick and tired of it. Depresses me, which I don't need. You're going to lose if this keeps up. I tell you what, how's about you grow up, mate, and do one? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been doing this for 10 years. Do you think I really give a shit about threats from people like yourself? Jog on. Jog on. Why on earth are Aaron Wan-Bissaka and McSauce playing? God forbid they get hurt and they'll never get sold, says United AB. Actually, you know what? In relation to that Aric's point, before we laugh, I got a comment last night from somebody saying, I've had enough of this community. It's getting too big, it's getting out of hand, and it's very obvious that you're influencing the transfer strategy of Manchester United with your moaning about people who need to be sold, who should be staying at this football club. and your backing of players that we shouldn't be signing. De Ligt is not a Manchester United player, and someone like Harry, I think he was on about bloody Aaron Wan-Bissaka again, and I was just like, oh my God, it's free content on YouTube that nobody charges you for, and you think in some way that you're going to dictate what we discuss in relation to transfers. As I would reply to that person, the great thing about it is there's so many other outlets you can go and watch if you know, and they're very, very different. And that's all I'm going to say. Josh, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for supporting us. Anana not starting, just got the book. I'm so upset, says Josh. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is with Anana and Mason Mount. Actually, I don't really understand what Ten Hag is looking to do on that, but we've got a little clip from Beth coming in as well, which is great. You know what? Can I just say, I've done these 3 a.m.s before. Over the last 8 years, we've probably been doing this now, and maybe even 9. And there's always a 3 o'clock in the morning game when it's in the States. So I'm used to doing it. I think in the past there's been 4 o'clock in the morning, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm sure we've done a 4 o'clock or maybe even a 5 o'clock. I don't know. But I don't feel tired. I genuinely don't feel tired this morning. I feel like any semblance of tiredness is just evaporated by the news that Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic is saying that Lenny Yoro is out for 3 months and Rasmus Højlund's out for 6 weeks, which nobody ever thought. It really is. It's a shock. It's a shock, and I genuinely am shocked. To be honest with you. Right, I've just realised something. I'm never going to be able to do a watch along if I haven't actually got the game ready to go. So whilst I'm setting that up, I'm just going to play Beth for you.
Hello everybody on Mark Goldbridge's Watch Along, and thank you so much for tuning in. 3 a.m. for a lot of you guys there, so thank you for tuning in. We are here in San Diego where it's about to hit kickoff. It's 7 p.m. The Snapdragon Stadium, as you can see behind me, Manchester United versus Real Betis. And I'm very excited for this game. Reason being, Erik ten Hag himself picked it out as a game for Manchester United to focus on, to show the progression in pre-season when he was doing an interview. Spanish sides have had our number notoriously over the past few years. Manchester United have always struggled against them. I mean, trigger word for me that gives me PTSD is Sevilla. Sevilla is a team I never want to face again, a team that we've always struggled against, and we've had some really, really tough times against. Real Sociedad, a team that always seems to make it difficult for us. It's always like a 1-0, a 0-0, someone that we really struggle against. Spanish sides, very good technically, very good in their shape, and today will be a tough test for Manchester United, I think, but we can get through it. And despite recent injuries, which I'm obviously really, really gutted about, Yoro and Højlund, we will still have exciting players to watch today to see their progression. And let's, fingers crossed, we get through this game, building our fitness and seeing players progress to the start of the new season. Who are you excited to watch? Get down in the comments. I'm excited to see what you guys think. For me, I think Mason Mount has been silently cooking throughout this pre-season. I'm going to be honest. I think he's been having good performance after good performance, giving Ten Hag maybe a little bit of something to think about come the start of the season in terms of the midfield, really stepping up in that time where there's not much competition around him. Toby Collier, obviously, looks like the player that's going to come through. Excited to see him. Someone who massively impressed me in the Arsenal game was Harry Armas at left back. Honestly, in the Rangers game, I was thinking, oh, okay. Arsenal game, he turned it up a notch. Technically, so good. Honestly, the way that the ball just sticks to his foot, and he's 17 years of age, that's someone who's massively exciting. Amad Diallo, who is vying for a first-team spot next season, he said he wants to start. He said he can play on the right, said he can play on the left, said he can play as a 10. While, Garnacho's away, Anthony's kind of on the back foot. It's time for Amad to show what he's about and why he should be starting on the right come the season, and I think he should. So yeah, some really exciting names, but I'm sure there's more to name. Get in the comments down below who you're excited to see. Will be interesting to see who Erik ten Hag puts in his preferred starting 11. Rumours Wan-Bissaka's going to go. Rumours McTominay might go to Fulham. So that's something to watch out for. But look, everyone, music's blasting. Copyright's going to come in, so I need to go get off now. Get your score predictions in. Game is coming thick and fast, and we'll see you soon. Hello everybody on Mark Goldbridge's Watch Along, and thank you so much for tuning in. 3 a.m. for a lot of you guys there, so thank you for tuning in. We are here in San Diego where it's about to hit kickoff. It's 7 p.m. The Snapdragon Stadium, as you can see behind me, Manchester United versus Real Betis. And I'm very excited for this game. Reason being, Erik ten Hag himself picked it out as a game for Manchester United to focus on, to show the progression in pre-season when he was doing an interview. Spanish sides have had our number notoriously over the past few years. Manchester United have always...
I couldn't get it to turn off. I'm sorry about that. It just kept going round and round and round. It was looping around and I couldn't turn it off. It was so good, it was probably worth a second watch, wasn't it? But look, welcome to the show, everybody. Let me just say, I've got my little... I don't know where to wear it because it's quite warm, but the Goldbridge book is out now. It's the launch of the book. Please do pre-order it. No, I don't know why I'm saying pre-order it. It doesn't need to be pre-ordered now. It's out. It'll be out in bookshops. It's out on Amazon. You can literally be listening to it right now. If you go on Amazon, you can order Football According to Mark Goldbridge as an audio book and listen to it. So it's brand new, out today. Please do support it. This community is absolutely fantastic and the book is out. And what I can tell you is, official, is that we are about, which means we've sold 20 in the last 15 minutes at 3 a.m, which is brilliant. We are about 93 sales away from entering the top 10 bestsellers list, which would be amazing for a book like this. So please do pre-order it. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. It's in the live chat as well. You can get it on audio and a visible book, an actual book like the one behind me, through Amazon worldwide. So wherever you are, you can get it. Or in the UK, you can get it WH Smith and all places like that. But if you scan the QR code or you go through the link in the description, you can order it. It's available now. Thank you very much. If this is Ten Hag's best team at the moment, does that mean Amas will be our left back coming forward? Andre, if this is our best team at the moment, why the fuck is Mason Mount a Manchester United player? And why is Onana not starting? Can't stop laughing at this lineup, says Marco. Andrew says, Mark, 3 a.m. watch-alongs. No one can question your dedication to this football. They can question it, Andrew, because so many of you fantastic people do it week in, week out, which is absolutely brilliant. I am Sonar says, hi, Mark. Thoughts on the new French prospect? Yeah, I'm not going to read that one out. I'm not, mate. You have got up early. There is no time you can get up to catch me out with those sort of names. Again, there are thick people who do channels who will fall for that sort of stuff on purpose because they want people to do it more for super chats. I don't do it. I've got a level of respect for myself and the chat to not read them out on purpose. Anyway, Yoro taking the title of the next Varane, a bit too literal, says Retro. And MW says, I love you, Mark. Good morning. Good morning, mate. Sad news, depressed now, going to sleep, says Ashan. Sammy Monk, welcome to the members club. And United AV says, given the Hoyland news, Obi might have a real chance to be with the first team at 16, mate. It's a bit of a big ask. It's a bit of a big ask. And Robert McCormack says, McTominay, Scott, this might mean I won't be starting my own channel. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Talking about Robert's not starting his channel now, so make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're only 200 away from 904,000 on the road to 2 million. So thanks everyone for getting involved. Also, let's have a quick look at the Manchester United team again for you. Let me just pause that on the screen. I mean, it's got a lot of holes in it. It's got more holes than a hedgehog's pillow. I don't know if you've heard that one before. The only positive thing for the game is the pitch's natural grass, is a Toro. And Ari says, if we care so much about removing high wages eventually, like next year, we need to remove Rashford. He can't justify his wage. And I thought we were getting top 4 a few weeks ago. Now I can't see us getting top 6, says Nal. And you know what? I was just thinking about it then when Beth was doing her little clip on there. I'm genuinely starting to worry about Ten Hag. Like, I'm not saying it's sabotage by any means, because that would mean that, you know, somebody at Man United is deliberately injuring players. But when you look at Man United's transfer window, it's a 16-year-old. Xerxes will play instead of an injured Rasmus, and Yoro is also injured. Varane has gone, so we're in a worse position than we were at the end of last season. Because, well, it's a fact. We're in a worse position than we were at the end of last season. And if you don't realise that, look at that team. And I know there's people to come back. The definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing again over and over. I don't see any change from last season. Like, we can't play good football with these players. They can't do it. They can't play a high line. They can't play possession-based football. They can't create chances. So I'm worried about next season. I don't see what's going to be different about Man United next season if this is the way we're going. Like, we need to get fucking players in through the door. And we've tried with Yoro and he's injured, and we haven't seen Xerxes yet. But if you'd said to me at the end of last season, Xerxes is going to be the guy that's going to change everything, well, that's where we're at the moment. Hi, Mark. I watch every match live based in Sydney. I can't believe I finally get to watch a match during my daytime. And what the fuck is this lineup, says Smick. Maybe there's more injuries than we think, which is worrying, says Josh. 2 to 3 years ago, this would be a strong lineup for us, says Sean Kai. Wasn't expecting to be watching you with you, but just got booted from bed for snoring. Happy days, says United 123. I hope you're doing well, mate. What do you do when you can't speak? You write a bestseller. Congratulations, Mark, says Cody Brown. Yeah, thanks for all the support on the book, which is out now. Please order it. And there we go. Hi, Mark. We've done that one from Smickers. Players are on the pitch, so we might actually be kicking off at 3 o'clock here. We normally do click off a little bit late. Ray says, any comments on McLaren's departure? Yeah, I mean, I broke it first at 6 o'clock last night. I said he was going. I'm not, you know, I wish him all the best is my comments on that. Sean McGubbin says, I'm not happy with the lineup. What's your thoughts on it? Yeah, it's very unexciting, mate, because it's just so similar to everything that we've seen at the moment. Yeah, there's to be honest, there's not a lot to be excited about that team, is there? Honestly, there's not a lot to be excited about that team. Amas and Ahmad. AA. That's it. I mean, I'm not excited about Heaton. I'm not excited about Wan-Bissaka. I'm not excited about Lindelof and Maguire. That's the Betis team, by the way. So, yeah, there's just not, I mean, I'm not excited about Sancho. I'm not excited about McTominay. I'm not excited about Rashford. I'm not excited about Eriksen. It's just very, very unexciting, really. But it could get a result, though. It could get a result. Liverpool beat Arsenal. What was the score? And Anglo-Saxon says, Mark, why United in the USA for pre-season again instead of footballing countries? Our American brothers don't particularly like football. They do, Anglo-Saxon. They do. Stop with your xenophobia. They love their football over there. They love it. Robert McCormack says, the 7 you want sold are all starting. Robert, don't get me any more angry. I'm not angry. It's despair, as I said. Yoro's out till September, says Stephen, and must be the worst look in the world. The Lit needs to sign immediately. Don't tell Stephen about how long. No, Stephen, Yoro's not out till September. He's out till October. 3 months, and Rasmus is out until September. 6 weeks. It's Your Boy Calv has been a member for 64 months. Can we give It's Your Boy Calv a bit of credits, please? Let us know in the chat if you've pre-ordered. No, I've got to stop saying fucking pre-order. Let us know in the chat if you've ordered the book. It's out now. It's exciting news. The book is out now, and I just want to say to every single one of you, thank you if you bought the book, because I've done a lot of things. I've played at Old Trafford. I've managed teams at places like West Ham and Crystal Palace. I've lived my dreams. I've presented live shows, in front of hundreds of people. I've done watch-alongs in front of 120,000 people. So some of the things I've achieved because of you is amazing. But today is another of those achievements. To have a book out for the start of the season, which is essentially a football fan's guide to football, with some stories about my upbringing and stuff like that. I think you'll really enjoy it. But it's a weird thing to have it out, and I never thought at any point in my life I'd have a book out that's going to be sold. So it's down to you lot as per usual. So I just want to say before this game kicks off, it's never lost on me, the journey. And I'm sure at some point when it's all over, I'll look back on it and appreciate it even more, just the amount of things we've achieved. So thank you very much for that. And look, really appreciate it. Please order it now. It's out. It's not a pre-order now. It's out. You can get it. You might even see it in some shops, but you can order it worldwide through Amazon. And thank you everybody for that. And we're about to kick off now for this game with Betis. Let's go. There we go. We're up and running. Yeah, love that. Thank you everybody. Thank you very much. The Betis team is on the screen for you there. I haven't looked at that Betis team yet, but I will look at it in a moment. But let's have a look at these first few minutes and see how Manchester United actually do move the ball around. I've seen Bellerin's playing for Betis, but Christian Eriksen playing as a number 8 again. It's a weird one. The Betis lineup is Silva, Bellerin, Llorente, Mendy, Peru, Lasardo, Roca, Altamara, Rubol, Avila, and Rodri. I don't think that's their strongest team because they've got people like Fekir and Carvalho and Fornals on their bench, and Fernandez Sanchez as well. So, I don't know enough about Spanish football, but I don't think it's the strongest Betis team either. Zesty says Sancho's playing as a false 9. It might actually work for Rashford, that, to be fair. If Ineos don't bring in another centre-back before Fulham, is it an overreaction if I start screaming Ineos out, says Justin? We do need another centre-back. We definitely do. Stephen Lopez says, October, Rasmus 2, Pogba witchcraft. It honestly makes it really difficult to get excited for the new season. I feel so bad for Ten Hag. You should get Morgan Freeman for the audiobook, says Jaded. I do the audiobook. If you get the audiobook and you've listened to it, let me know what you think. Even if you just order it now and listen to 5 minutes, let me know, because I've not listened to it yet. I did record it. Jude says, I'm Canadian. Dad grew up in Stockport. Always have and always will be United. There we go, Jude. I hope Anthony takes off this season. Pre-ordered the books as even... Well, it's not pre-order, it's order, because it's out now. But thank you very much. Mark, you would disagree, but Ten Hag loves the deadwood of Wan-Bissaka, McTominay. We need a manager who has the guts to clear the deadwood, says Sanil. Look, honestly, there's been so much to talk about this morning because the book's out. Rasmus is out for 6 weeks. And Lenny Oro's out as well. It's not a joke. It's a despair joke. What's the, what has my book and Lenny Oro and Rasmus got in common? They're all out now. Thought they had Rodri at striker. I'm too tired for this, says Jay. My first super chats. I've watched you since FIFA 18, says Harrison. Thank you. Liverpool versus Arsenal attendance was over 69k, says Danny. What's the attendance here? Because there's a lot of empty seats. I think we have to be careful when selling a lot of players at a go. We might get injuries from new players and move backwards, says Ket. No, that can't be a reason. That can't be a reason not to sell players, mate. Peter Boothroyd says, we all want a Goldbridge movie starring yourself. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. I'd like to do a bit of acting, actually. Yeah, look, we've been talking about so much. Like I say, I did mention it in the preview. What really caught my eye is the fact that where I cannot defend Ten Hag is his decision to pick Wan-Bissaka tonight. I think it's fucking stupid. I honestly, I won't defend it. I think it's stupid. I really do. And, I'm not backwards at coming forward on my opinion, but I see absolutely no benefit in picking Aaron Wan-Bissaka when we're trying to sell him to West Ham. If he goes and does his ankle or hamstring and is out until September, you're stuck with him and you won't get Mazraoui. Why would you, when you've literally just lost 2 players for a combined 4 months and you've just come off the worst injury crisis season ever, why would you risk the right back that you're trying to sell? And then if he does get injured, cry about it. Offside. Lovely play by Ahmad over the top. Sancho looks overweight to me. Sancho looks overweight. Is it the shirt? It's the first time I've seen him. He's onside there. That's a goal. Ahmad's timed that to perfection. Good finish by Sancho, but that's a goal. That was onside. Fuck off. That was onside. %100% offside. Sancho might have been off. Yeah. But I was looking at the Ahmad ball. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think Sancho looks a lot. I think Sancho last summer looked at... Yeah, he's offside there. Ahmad played Sancho in. I don't think Sancho looks as fit as last season. Summer. But then again... This is the advantage of getting him playing, I suppose, in pre-season. Knocking the ball around quite nicely. Deep defensive line, of course. Maguire and Lindelof holding hands with Heaton. Nice to see Amas playing again. I mean, look, as much as it's nice to see us pinging the ball about, you just can't. I'd challenge any United fan to get optimistic about watching Lindelof and Maguire. And have you noticed how Maguire's gone to right-sided centre-back? Oh, Yoro's out. I need to go right-sided centre-back now, Gaffer. Remember. Eriksen at 8. It's just not going to work. It's just not... If this is the plan, it's not going to work. We can't be playing Lindelof and Maguire and Eriksen at 8 in 2024. We just can't. It can't be happening. I know it's only pre-season, but we're one Martinez injury away from a reality, aren't we? We are one Martinez injury away from Lindelof and Maguire in 2024. And he's going to be off. He's going to be offside. That's a foul on McTominay, sure. Every fucking foul, I'm looking for an injury here. Do you think Amas can be one of the players who makes his way to the senior team this season, says Alberto? I think it's very, very... I mean, look, it's a great question by Alberto, but I can't remember. And it might be because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't think of a 17-year-old breaking through at fullback. I just can't. No, he did tackle the ball. McTominay got caught, but he did catch it. At this point, I'd take 4 average defenders who can press, Rabiot and Amrabat, says Keel. Hi, Mark. Listening while on the night shift. Do you see us making a very random out of the blue signing, says Max? I just don't know what we're capable of at the moment. The way I look at it, we're lovely ball in behind Maguire. No, sorry, Lindelof. Good defending by Ahmad. Morning, Mark. Been watching you since Harder Than a Wedding Night, Dick. Congratulations on the book, says Taylor. Yeah, I mean, look, Amas at 17, we'll have to just wait and see. Do you think Bork at 12:30? Bought book at 12:30 UK, says Dan. Thank you very much. At this point, I've done that one as well. Stadium seems empty. What's the point of the tour, says GG. Yeah, I don't... Does anybody know what the capacity of this ground is? And what's the attendance as well? Why are we in the US when the stands are less than half full, says Temple City Underground. Legendary Mam says, congratulations on the bookmark. Just bought it on Kindle. Also, if you've been watching any, what's been your favourite Olympic event so far? Says that. You know what? I always enjoy week 1 of the Olympics because that's where Great Britain are better. But the triathlon, I had it on this yesterday morning, was amazing. And I've enjoyed some of the swimming as well. I even watched some archery the other day. This ground, according to Stoic trader Mike Carr and George Garcia, is around 30,000 capacity. Hi, Mark. I'm going to the Community Shield now, and I can't see Yarrow. No. US 45 Popeye says, I wonder if you got a spike. Reps United Stand on MUTV YouTube. And Anglo-Saxon says, I'm not xenophobic. I just don't get it. United in the USA, they're not a footballing country. Prefer a tour of Europe or South America, says Anglo-Saxon. And if Ineos don't bring in another centre-back... oh, no. I've done that one. Daily Hibbert says, congratulations on the book. I think I've done all those. Thank you very much. Apparently tickets are $120, says Mikhail. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $120 to pay that to watch this team, would you? Ahmad and Amas are a joy to watch, says Harry Maguire. And Sebastian, thank you very much for your super chat. And Joseph McBride says, I'm a member of the Detroit Red Devils in the US, and some members have travelled to go to the games. They're decently big here, says Joseph. And Prime Music says, keep in mind, this is our shirt sponsor stadium, says Prime Music. And Joe says, this is a college football stadium, probably really expensive tickets, and it is midweek in the summer. Most people are working or at the beach. There you go. Pen on Ahmad every day of the week. What was that, says Mario Franco. And Daily Hibbert says, has gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Daily. Sebastian, thank you very much for your super chat there as well. So we've had, 11 minutes here. I appreciate your dedication, Mark. You're a legend. I look forward to reading the book, says Justin. Thank you very much for that. Out today. Get it ordered. Scan the QR code. It's on Amazon. And available to be shipped worldwide. And there is an audio book as well. So United started off with 66% possession. Very pre-season vibes at the moment. Tickets are too expensive. I live in California and couldn't afford either game. English people moaning about US not being a football country can sit on one. Hey, Christopher, let's not go down that route. You're just biting on the troll. Eden says the stands are empty because of the tickets. Prices were stupid. Pure greed. We knew most first team wouldn't travel. United for life. Same thing happened last year. I remember this happened last year, and it might be at the same ground. Was it not Wrexham? Last year as well, where they bought a lot of tickets for the Wrexham game and then realised it was a bunch of kids. So it might be a bit of a flashback, really, where people have gone, I'm not falling for that again. I appreciate it's on the border. It's mostly Real Madrid and Barcelona fans there, says Rarrell. Hi, Mark. Was looking to order your book, but it doesn't release until early November on Swedish Amazon. Do you have any idea why? Says Eddie. No, absolutely not, Eddie. That is, we'll have to have a look into that because it's out today. Let us know if you've ordered a copy and where you're living, because people from Sweden, have you figured a way around that? Help Eddie out. I'm worried about Martinez, Bruno, Shaw or Rasmus fitness as they're our key players. Only Bruno is reliable, says GGMU. And Sebastian says the stands are empty because the San Diego Padres are playing the Dodgers and it's a big rivalry. Damar Stewart says Amazon won't ship your book until November. Bit weird. Well, they will. Get in. Football according to Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, I'd get mine free delivery tomorrow. Betis on the attack. Nice little ball into the box. Too easy. Good shot. Heaton saves it. Betis. Goal. Rashford scores. Betis. Oh, Casemiro. 1-0 to Betis. Defence all over the place, as usual. I mean, it's a cutback as well. It's the old cutback, isn't it? Not marking your bloody players. I mean, it's just shit defending from United. And what's the excuse? You know, Lindelof not quick enough. Maguire not quick enough. Casemiro not marking his man. It's the same old shit, mate. Just ball watchers again. Look, Lindelof's not quick enough there. Maguire's not quick enough there. And then Casemiro's not quick enough there. It's shit defending. Absolute shite defending. How is somebody unmarked on the edge of the 6-yard box? What's Maguire and Casemiro doing there? Lovely play by Ahmad. He's been the standout player so far. Penalty! Penalty! Ahmad is absolutely electric. 100% penalty. Look at Maguire running up to the bloody penalty box. Mate, it's a pre-season friendly, mate. It's not the cup final. Leave it to the ref. But lovely play by Ahmad. I mean, he basically starts with it on his own box. Definitely a penalty. Kicks the back of his leg. 100%. You can see it there. 100%. Good decision. Shut up, Betis, and take your medicine. Definitely a penalty there. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Rashford's going to take this, so bit of a confidence booster for him. Don't know why Ahmad can't take... Well, Rashford, isn't it? It's penalty taker. 17th of September, Amazon. Canada mark. I still pre-order, says Rise76. And Rashford scores. Yeah, 1-1. Straight after we've conceded, which is good. But Ahmad in that goal, it was just pure individualism. He started with it on the touchline, took somebody else on, then he cut inside, took somebody else on, won the penalty. Just brilliant from Ahmad. Absolutely brilliant. Rise76 says 17th of September. Okay, let's not hope Ahmad is not the pre-season Pirlo, says Oddmar. I mean, he's just got to start, hasn't he? Tanaka, welcome to members. Thank you very much for your super chat as well. Just having a quick look at the bench for this game. And Anthony is on the bench. I hadn't seen his name. Mount's on the bench. Collier's on the bench as well. And obviously people like Wheatley, Evans, Anana's on the bench as well. So United equalising after conceding a shitty goal. But a penalty born out of Ahmad's brilliance. Gets us back in the game. Wade says, my Amazon pre-order comes in November as well. I'm a bit frustrated by that. The book is out in the UK, and I don't know whether, I think it's available in the States as well, but I don't know why it's delayed in other countries. But I will find out. Could you imagine Egghead was playing Garnacho over Ahmad last season? Crazy. Zuteng, that is one of the worst comments. What are you talking about? Garnacho should be starting for Manchester United. If you want to drop someone, it's Rashford. Ronnie Pickering, welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend, mate. Amazon says you're a bestseller in the history of Buddhism. So 1-1 here. We're trying to get the book into the top 10 bestsellers list for Sunday. Obviously, people are still buying it. It's released today, but people are obviously buying it from the live chat because we only need another 79 now. It was 115 at the start of the stream. So thanks everyone who's actually clicking the link and buying it. You're absolute legends. 79. Is where we are at. Absolute legends. Are you selling it signed, mate? Yeah, we've got signed copies through WH Smith. If you go through the link, WH Smith is where you can get signed copies, yeah. 20 minutes, 1-1. Slow Sports News says Man United interested in Dennis Irwin from Oldham. That is Slow Sports News there. That is Slow Sports News. Amazon won't send the book until November the 5th in the USA, says Tom. But can you get the audio book then? Can you get the audio book to listen to? I live in the States. Maybe that's why I need it, says Demar Stewart. Mark, read my previous chat about the book. It'll be useful for everybody. If they switch to UK Amazon, they can order it, says Eden. Well, they still ship it off UK Amazon, though. So I've tried that before with Amazon.com. Listen to this comment by Nee. Into Rashford. Free kick. This is what Nee's got to say. That right spot is Ahmad's. Ten Hag better not take him out of the starting lineup on August the 16th for Anthony, or I'm done with him. I don't think he will. And Phantom says, Mark, shout out my cousin. He's turning 16 tomorrow. Shout out to your cousin, Phantom. And Steve Howard says, I love the content. Do we have any update on Rasmus and Lenny Yoro's injuries? I've been working away the last few days, so not been seeing much news. Steve, I don't know whether you're trying to wind everybody up or whether it's genuine, but we literally found out about 20 minutes before kickoff that Rasmus Højlund is out for 6 weeks. Why we didn't know this before the start of the game, I don't know. We were told that it was just a minor injury and he'd be back for the Community Shield. And we were told that Yoro was out for 6 weeks, and in fact he's out for 3 months. So, yeah. Mike Flop says, everyone's looking a bit overweight, Mark. Bit of a belly. It might be the kit. It might be the kit, mate. Robble says, ESPN here in the US said it was a dive, and if VAR was there, it'd get overturned. I hate our pundits. I've told you, Robble. Free kick there was from, I think, Eriksson, straight at the keeper, but at least it was on target. Look how the possessions dropped as well. It was 60% United possession about 10 minutes ago. It's now 52%, well, pretty much 50-50. It was a penalty, mate. That would not go. I mean, look, unfortunately, you're only as... You can't help what your punditry is, but that's crap punditry. It was a definite penalty on Ahmad. He's passed his man and he's caught his trailing leg. It's a penalty. There's no penalty shootout after this game like there was for the Arsenal game. That was just a gimmick for that one. Patrick St. Pierre says, Ahmad's been bright. Midfielders and defenders are too slow. All of them need replacing, but together they're on £1 million a week. Glazers all the way, says Patrick St. Pierre. And Emma, welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend. Hope you're doing well. Paul Guthrie, just saw the injury news after taking my cat to the vet with some serious issues. great day I've had, huh? Paul, I hope your cat's okay. Here's Amas down the left-hand side. It's a good, nearly a good cross. Ahmad! Ooh, he's a fucking genius, this lad. He's fucking brilliant. Ahmad is better than Messi. It's a fact. He's absolutely on fire. He's better than Messi. He's so fucking good at the moment. It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. He is so good at the moment. He's got us back into it with a penalty, and this time he's just shown his finishing. I mean, he's not pre-season Pirlo. He's pre-season fucking R9. He's redefining what you can do in pre-season. He was superb against Rangers. I thought he was decent against Arsenal. And he's fucking brilliant here today in the first 25 minutes. Not just winning the penalty, not just this brilliant finish, but also his defensive play. He stopped a goal in the first 5 minutes, defensive play. He is just, again, showing everybody on that pitch what you can do if you're up for it and ready and hard to working. Brilliant from Ahmad. Just bought a signed copy. Appreciate everything you do, says Chambers. Thanks everyone who's buying the book. It's out today. Scan the QR code as it goes round, or use the link in the live chat or the video description. Goldbridge book out today. Thanks everyone who made it possible, and thanks everyone who's ordering it. So United leading 2-1 here. Actually quite a decent pre-season game for a change, because we're actually scoring goals. I really can't believe we're going into a game with Lindelof and Maguire again, says Brian Sanchez. And Gareth Griffiths says, never a penalty. Last season, you would never call that a penalty. Mate, it's a pre-season game. Take a chill pill. Ahmad is pre-season Pele, says Konze. Yes. And Eden says, my book's already shipped to America from Amazon UK. He's figured it out. There you go. The American audience, if you want to get the book and not wait till November, use Amazon UK. There you go. And Liam Hammond says, hi Mark, I won a Christmas jumper through the podcast months ago. Never received anything. I spoke to Will but never found out what happened. Well, there's the answer, Liam. I don't run anything to do with that. I will mention it to Will when he's back, but Will's your guy. Hoyland being out, although I did see Will walking around his house the other day in a Christmas jumper, so now it's starting to add up. I will mention to it. I'm seeing him. Well, I don't think he's back actually until next week, because I've been doing the podcast on my own. James Young says, Hoyland being out lets Ten Hag start Rashford, Garnacho and Ahmad. Well, it doesn't really, because Rashford's not playing as a false nine, is he? Although here is Sancho on the left. Rashford loses it. P Bugs, and welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend. Thanks everyone who's getting involved in the Members Club, by the way. Nice to see some badges in the chat. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. That is free. We're only 100 away from 904,000. And remember, we're on the road to 2 million this season. 1.903. 2 million is next. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. McTominay's been pretty anonymous. He's running around into the box, but we're sort of bypassing him. It'd be interesting to see how many minutes he plays people for as well. I don't think he'll change the whole team after 45 minutes. But remember, we are playing Liverpool on Sunday morning. I'm from Malaysia and the book arrives August the 26th, says Perteep. Mikhail says, usually all your streams are behind for me. Now it's the opposite. Thank you for waking up as early. It's because we're on MUTV, mate, and you'll be on like ESPN or whatever, so you will be slightly ahead of us. It's always the same with pre-season. Rhaegarde's been a member for 16 months, and Ten Hag must drop Rashford. Ahmad is pre-season Pirlo, says Keel. And I know it's pre-season, but Ahmad has shown what he can do at the end of last season. I truly hope Ten Hag lets him start the season. Jace, you know, sometimes I get clipped up for things I'd rather not get clipped up for, but I'd love to get clipped up for something like this. Ahmad, at the end of last season, showed immense patience and took his chance, and he deserved to start the FA Cup final, and he was overlooked for the same old people who didn't deserve it. He's not let that get him down. He's obviously worked hard in pre-season. In every pre-season game, he's been head and shoulders above any other attacker. And yet again, it's men against boys. He looks like somebody that is 4 or 5 levels above Rashford, Sancho, McTominay, and any other attacker. It's not even close. He's just miles better than them. Now, is that attitude? Is it talent? Is it ability? Is it fitness? I don't know. Is it effort? Is it desire? Is it focus? It's just incredible. And I think he deserves all the credit in the world. And he nearly scores another one there. It was actually quite good play from Rashford there. So he's just miles better than everybody else. Ahmad and Amas are the treasures, says Kiffle. I think it's really interesting around Amas because I just there aren't many 17-year-olds that can be starting at left back. You get it with attackers, but not so much with defenders. But he is. He's just miles better than everybody else. Eric Ten Hag, thank you very much. This looks like most of today's team is surplus to requirements, but we're playing great football, says Glenn. Back post. 3-1. Casemiro. We're battering Betis here. We're battering Betis here. It's worrying me a little bit. It's actually worrying me a little bit because there's no future in this team at all. This is what worries me. When you put a really, people will start getting carried away. Hey, Rashford did well there, to be fair. Rashford did do well there. He could have shot on his left foot. He crossed it back to Casemiro. I mean, it was quite straightforward what he did, but, fair play that he actually did it. He cut it back and Casemiro makes it 3-1. Yeah, I've got to be honest, it is worrying me a little bit because people will start hyping up this lot and there ain't no way this team's doing anything next season. If we're picking the likes of Jadon Sancho as a false 9 and Christian Eriksen as an 8 and McTominay and Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof and Maguire are still here, we're in trouble. KD says Ahmad's been involved in all goals. I don't want to see Anthony play for this club again, says Humphrey. And this looks, Glenn said, this looks like most of today's team is surplus to requirements, but we're playing great football. Christian says his book arrives in 12 days, lives in Vienna. Thank you very much for buying it, Christian. And if results hold, we win the Snapdragon Cup. What do you mean? Oh, if result holds. I thought you meant results. Yeah, if we win this game, we win the Snapdragon Cup, don't we? It's an interesting point here. Somebody just said in the chat, I would take Amas as the backup left back. I wouldn't. No, mate, you're just playing into Glazonomics. So we're not buying a left back now because we're going to use a 17-year-old. No, absolutely not. Don't ever give them an excuse not to spend bloody money. Come on, we need to buy a left back. Like, we definitely do need to buy a left back. Like, if Amas is good enough, he'll get in the team anyway. But like, what if Luke Shaw gets injured? Amas can be the backup to the new left back. Mark, have you ever tried? Yeah, I'm not going to read that, Callum, because I'm not thick. RJS Gaming, welcome to the Members Club. You're an absolute legend. Appreciate that as well. Rashford's just gone down here. I think it's just a bang on the knee. He'll be fine. Going back to Anthony, though, I mean, you'd be concerned if you're Anthony, wouldn't you? Because Sancho's starting today, Rashford and Ahmad, Garnacho comes back, so that would put Anthony down as 5th choice. There's nothing wrong with Rashford here. He's just connected. They're both impact injuries, so he's not twisted anything or anything like that. He's just literally banged his... It's just a coming together, banged his legs. He'll be fine. And he's up already. They're not the injuries that concern you. It's the twists or when nobody's anywhere near them. They're the worst injuries. As we saw with Martinez that time where he just went down with nobody near him. Good tackle, Amas. Ten minutes to go to half-time. 3 goals for Manchester United. Just as a side note, you might not realise this, but this isn't... I don't know whether anybody follows La Liga intensively, but this would, as far as I'm aware, be... This is not Betis's best team by any stretch of the imagination. They've got better players on their bench. Do you think Sancho is playing as a false 9 for the team to practice playing how Xerxes will play, says Joseph? Well, they've got to practice it, haven't they? Because they haven't got Rasmus for 6 weeks now. Where is it? Chris, I says, I've noticed Rashford ain't cutting in and shooting. Good. Good. Do you think we'll sign anyone before the end of the week, says Tanaka? Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, obviously Wan-Bissaka's not going anywhere, is he? Mazraoui's flown out to Asia. Wan-Bissaka's playing, which I think is absolutely criminal, really. I mean, why would you take the risk on a play? I mean, I don't understand that. It's not like we don't get injuries. So I don't think Wan-Bissaka or Mazraoui's going to get done before the tour's over. I can see Wan-Bissaka playing against Liverpool. So the only one I can think that might happen is Agate, but we've got to sell to buy. So probably not. Mark, ticket prices for pre-season have been insane in the USA. Looks like most of the stadium is empty, says Bryce. Well, more for them, because this has been the best game of the pre-season for United so far. You've missed an Ahmad masterclass. Michael Vargas says, this is a real pitch, by the way. And Michael Jennings says, I know pre-season competition isn't the same, but Ahmad is looking like he might give Mainu some competition for our player of the years. Please stay healthy. And Gareth says, United peaking in pre-season. But this is the thing. If we lose this game, everyone will say Ten Hag's shit. If you win the game, everyone will say it's just pre-season. You can't actually win in pre-season. What's my thoughts? Honestly, I don't really care if we win or we lose. I'm looking at individual performances. You know, Amas and Ahmad have been the two that have stood out for me. I couldn't give a shit about the result because I know for a fact that most of these players will fuck up our season next season as normal. They ain't good enough. They're here they're here because of no one wants them. I didn't even realise McTominay was playing in this game, by the way. Somebody just said, Fulham, please take him. I forgot he was playing. Just want to say a huge thank you, says Inbred Yeti. You've been part of my daily routine for years now. Gonna hate it when you actually step away from all this. You know what? In relation to stepping away from all this, I have sort of hinted about it for the last 4 years, but we've got 10 years of the United stand at Christmas, which will be a great thing. And I've got to be honest, if anyone gives a shit, which they probably don't, but it is a watch along at 3 a.m. So I can talk about whatever I want. We can talk about what we want. I've not thought about walking away from it for a long time recently because I don't actually need to do it anymore. And when you're in that position, it gives you freedom, doesn't it? So, things like getting the book out and last year doing the tour, these are the things that just excite me and keep me motivated. So I'm enjoying doing it at the moment. And I really enjoy That's Football, which gives me, United's so intense because it's the club I support. That's Football. I just love football. So I'm enjoying it at the moment. So I've got no thoughts about going. I'd love to be doing the United stand when United win a trophy. I tell you what, if Scott McTominay had scored then, the football was really, really good. Really good link-up play here. Sancho into Casemiro, into McTominay. He should have passed it in back. Van Nistelrooy was happy with that. Let's see what happens with this corner. Ahmad's overhit that. But yeah, going back to what I was saying there, I really should have a copy in my hand. I mean, I've got my lovely banner for the launch of the new book. I've got some great stuff actually. I'm going to do some Insta stories. Look, got that as well. Football according to Mark Goldbridge, get in. And even better than that, look at this. The amount of times people would love to kick my head in, and there you go. In fact, we need to put that up somewhere now. You can go. That's not going to work. Where's that gone then? Oh, here it is. Should have planned it better. Out now. Order yours now. Out now. I can't wait to listen to the audio myself, to be honest. Links in the description or scan the QR code. I'm reliably informed through WhatsApp that we're down to 66 now. We started at 115. We need another 66 and we should go into the top 10 on Sunday. So thanks everyone who's ordering it. It's out now. You can get it on audio as well. Thank you very much. Manchester United leading 3-1 here against Betis, but funnily enough, the possession is 50-50. Not Betis' best team. We've gone strong, but I've got to say, still a nice surprise because I thought that Betis would beat us, to be honest. Mark Robinson's signed copy arrives today. Thanks for ordering it, Mark. Happy Goldbridge Day, August the 1st. Got mine ordered, says Tyler. Thank you very much, Tyler. I'm not watching United stand without Mark, says Nabil. And everyone be congratulating Mark on the book, says Carl. Well, congratulations to all of you for making it possible. I'm one of them humble people who doesn't forget who's helped make this happen. Sancho is honestly good at centre forward, even last pre-season, says Zuteng. That's the second shit comment you've put out today. What was the other one you said? Drop Garnacho for Ahmad. Yeah. I can't wait for your third one. Harry Maguire should have the captaincy back, or let's give Anthony a pay rise. Ahmad is very good defensively as well, says Daily Hibbert. Yeah. And do you reckon we've seen set piece coach work already, says RJS Gaming? Probably a little bit early for that. But Pinch Punch, first of the month. Watch along and signed copy due this morning. Happy days, says Steve B. Thanks, Steve. Do you think Delit will happen over Yoro, says Chris? I don't know. I don't know. Mate, the way I feel at the moment, Casemiro shouldn't be at this football club anymore and is apparently staying. Maguire shouldn't be here anymore and has been told he's staying. Eriksen shouldn't be here anymore and has been told he's staying. Wan-Bissaka was meant to be going to West Ham and is starting. I wouldn't be surprised next if Lindelof's staying again. I just wouldn't be surprised if our centre-backs for next season are Lindelof, Maguire, Evans and Martinez. If the Oro injury doesn't force us into the De Ligt signing, we know definitely who has control of the purse strings, says Lee Berman. Juve's my second team, Forza, Man United and Juve, says P-Bugs. Well, Juve's my Italian team and it always has been. And Inbred Yeti, thank you very much. Yeah, we've done that one, haven't we? What's the book about? Well, it's, to be fair, the book is, I probably haven't told anybody what it's about, actually. It's perfectly timed because it's a start of a new season, and there are chapters about transfers, the joy of pre-season, the match day routine, picking your football club. It's just a tour de force of the football and why I like football, and also, you know, a bit of a, not a how-to guide, just my take on it. So if you like football, you'll enjoy it. There's quite a lot about United in there, obviously, because United's my team, but corner to United here. Nice ball by Sancho. Cross comes in, cleared away. Would you take Chalobah from Chelsea, says Eduardo? I don't mind Chalobah from Chelsea, but I wouldn't take him over somebody like De Ligt. No. 12,000 in the chat nearly. Please do share the video. How many did we had more than this for the Arsenal game, but it was a Saturday night closer to midnight. It's 3 a.m. on a Thursday morning in the UK, so I think we're doing pretty good. We are only 60 subscribers away from 904,000, by the way, so please do subscribe to the channel if you're new to the United Stand. You need those notifications on. We are live every morning at 10 o'clock and every night at 8 o'clock, although I will be honest, I might do the 10 o'clock at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I might do the 10 a.m. at 11 tomorrow, because there will be a match reaction. There's probably going to be some sort of reaction from Beth as well. So Betis on the attack here. And Heaton's there. Not too sure whether we got any clarity on why Heaton's playing in goal today and not Onana. It doesn't matter because it's pre-season and everybody's absolutely correct about that. But I am surprised that Onana didn't start, considering you'd want to be building routines with your first choice goalkeeper. I don't know what that's all about. I think the extra time is causing injuries as well, considering how less physical it has become than before, says Ryan. I'm not sure why Shaw is considered a left-back anymore. With his physique and injury history and demands a position, he's better served as a backup left-back. Centre-back, says Srinvasan. Is the UnitedStand.com website down? I do visit it daily, says Dan. Yeah, we're just changing over for the new season at the moment, so there might be some problems with it. And last year, United played under the 23s in San Diego, upsetting the fans. That's probably what it was all about. I think we're at half-time here, so very interesting to see what changes will be made at half-time by Ten Hag. I'm hoping he won't make that many and will stop changing players at half-time. But United lead 3-1. And I would say defensively shit, especially on the goal from Betis. Again, it's first pre-season game for Lindelof, so you can probably understand he's a bit rusty. I think Maguire looks rusty as well. Casemiro, defensively not great, but going forward, scored a goal. Some of his passing's been good. But attack-wise, I think Rashford and Sancho have done okay. I've not noticed McTominay. Eriksen's been okay. Ahmad's been brilliant. Amas has been good. And Wan-Bissaka's been okay. And that would be my assessment of the first half. Heaton, Wan-Bissaka, Eriksen, Sancho, Rashford, reasonably good. Ahmad and Amas, fantastic. Casemiro, good going forward. Defensively, a little bit slow. Maguire and Lindelof look a bit rusty. But apart from that, I'd say decent first half from Man United. But the big shout out has to be for Ahmad. I mean, he's just on a different level. You know, his consistency, his desire, his tenacity to defend, when he's on the ball to make things happen, he is the best player in that Man United side at the moment. Absolutely incredible. I mean, Matthias says Rashford's our best player. That's player FC, mate. That's not reality. Ahmad's just been, give credit where it's due. If Rashford was playing like Ahmad, you wouldn't shut up. I think Rashford's done okay. Got the assist on Casemiro. There's been a couple of bright sparks. As I say, I think Sancho, Eriksen, Wan-Bissaka, Heaton have done okay, but Ahmad's been brilliant. He stands out like a sore thumb. He's just the best player we've had in pre-season by a long way. Sancho's one of our wingers that can dribble before popping off a shot instead of shooting in a cluster. Whatever happens with him, he is quality, says Hayden. He hasn't shown it enough in a Man United shirt, mate. Mark, do you reckon Ethan Wheatley or Chido will get any game time with the Hoyland injury, says Samuel Hewitt? I don't know, mate, because, the Rasmus injury could be beneficial to someone like Sancho who might not get sold now. The problem we've got, and the only negative I would say, is that injuries in pre-season will mean people who should be sold don't get sold because we panic about cover. So it's happened before and it could happen again, where players that shouldn't be at this football club survive the summer transfer window because of injuries, and we don't make any progress across the season because we keep the wrong players. That would be my concern at the moment. Mantan says, have you had your coffee, Mark? I don't need it, mate. I was up at 2, took the dog out for a piss, and basically logged on to go live with you good people, saw that Yoro's injury had been doubled to 3 months and that Rasmus's injury has gone up to 6 weeks. And that sort of woke me up. Dariel says, maybe Ten Hag is looking at what the second option would look like if they sold Binder, since he wants first team football. And does Seb get a bedtime pass if United play at 3 a.m, says Jace? Absolutely not. He wouldn't be able to stay up and watch this. Not a chance. If Chelsea get Osman, can they at least get top 6, says Jackass? I mean, I don't know whether that's true, actually. I don't know whether it's true in relation to Osman, but I think he would be a good signing. Let's just have a quick look at the stats. We've got nearly 16,000 people watching here. You're absolute legends. Brilliant. Ahmad backed up yesterday's interview. Determined, says Dan. And why not free to watch? Is it to cover Sancho's wages, says Bringer. And we could start the season with the Maguire-Martinez duo, and that scares me. We need more movement in the window and fast, says Luke. Well, look, we've got offers in for McTominay. We've got offers in for Wan-Bissaka. They're both playing in a pre-season where they could get injured. What stupidity is that? You've got Eriksen playing as an 8 again. You've got the issues with Casemiro, which I think are as clear as day. We've got Maguire and Lindelof at centre-back. We've got no Yoro for 3 months. We've got no Rasmus for 6 weeks. We've got no prospect of anybody coming in the next few days. But we're beating Betis 3-1. Aaron's falling asleep. Should I eat something? And dare I say we saw patterns of play in that first half, says Stej. And look, it's been better. It's been better. Look, possession-wise, it's quite equal. And that's not Betis' best team, by the way. That's not Betis' best team. The team that Betis put out against Liverpool was not this team. So I don't know why they've gone a little bit weaker. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring them on second half. But 54% possession for Manchester United, 270 passes, 86% pass accuracy. That is better movement of the ball, 100%. We've put in more tackles. We've won more corners. We've had more shots on target. And we've had more total shots. We deserve to be in the front. As far as pre-season goes, we ain't done too bad. That's not a bad pre-season performance. Whatever weight you put on it, that's not been bad. KM says, do you think Amas is ready for the first team? I really like Harry Amas. I think he's got a brilliant reputation. There's 2 things I would say. 1, 17 years of age is a very, very young age to throw somebody into first team Premier League football. And 2, why should we let the owners off the hook by saying, yeah, let's try a 17-year-old at left back? We should be buying a left back. Mainoo's not fit. Luke Shaw's injury prone. So we're going to rely on a 17-year-old. And that's the answer really for me. If you think Amas is ready, then he's got to play first choice left back week in, week out. And I don't think he's ready for that. We need to buy a left back. Luke Shaw could be injured tomorrow. Mainoo's not fit. So you're basically saying that Amas can start against Liverpool and play against Salah. And I think it's a big ask. Malassia is what I meant, not Mainoo. It is 4 a.m. in the UK. Hi, Mark. Keep up the awesome work. I'm Ten Hag out, but if he keeps picking Maguire, Sancho, Rashford, Ahmed, McTominay, Ericsson every time, I'm Ten Hag in. Mark, I live in the US and there are 4 biographies about you for sale on Amazon. We'll buy the real one. Looking forward to a good read, says Oliver Glenn. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's called a scam, mate. This is the book and the only book. I don't even know what those other books are all about, but I suppose I should be flattered. This is the only book. This is the real book, Football According to Mark Goldbridge, published by Penguin. It's out today. We are, as per my WhatsApp messages, we are only now 42. We started 115 away from getting into the top 10. So we're only about 42 sales away from it. So please do keep pre-ordering it. I'll put the QR code in there. It's brand new out today. You can order the audio version as well if you want to listen to me reading the book when you're on a podcast or you're in your car or you're at work. Check it out. I've not listened to it yet, but it is my voice. I spent 2 days in a sound booth in April recording the book. So it is out now today. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. Thanks everyone for supporting it. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It's a weird thing to have a book written, but AI written books, innit, says Dune. I mean, how can your AI write a book about me? I mean, there's so much that people don't even know. So much of it's absolute bullshit. So how AI could write a book about me, I don't know, because some of the shit that's on the internet is just not true. How old was Norman Whiteside when he debuted for United, says Gareth? Little bit before my time, but I think he was 16. Does math work on tours, player risk versus brands, says P-Bugs? Yeah. I know it is Betis, but Casemiro looks sharper and more switched on. Ahmad is special. Amas has had great 645. Wayne, I'm not going to change my opinion. I don't think Casemiro looks any different than normal. There are moments of brilliance for passing. There are rash tackles where he'd probably get a yellow card in the Premier League. There are goals. He's always a goal threat in the box. But then there is slowness on the goal. He's marking thin air on a cutback again. And this is Manchester United. This is the player that's going to hold our midfield next season. It ain't going to work. It's just not going to work. Yeah. Have you seen the under-18 captain McAllister Finley? Looks to be a solid DM, says Beg. Yeah, there's plenty of players coming through. Very exciting. Anthony is higher on the depth chart at left back than right wing at this point, says Cody. And Rob says, if I pop down to WH Smith and buy it today, does it count? Yes. If you scan that QR code, you can buy it from all sorts of different places, and it does count. We need to push for Delit now, says PSB. We need Delit and Martinez in the Community Shield. Please make it happen, Ineos, says PSB. And what happened to Dan Gore, says Mac. Look, Dan Gore, I'm glad somebody mentioned him in the chat, because I still think he's a player with a big future in the game. He's just been a bit unlucky with injury. Question, please. Is your room soundproofed, says Not Now Dave. Yeah, to a certain extent it is, yeah. It pretty much is, actually. When I take everything out, you'd really notice the difference. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I forgot to say that. We are very close to 904,000. We're on 903, 987. We're 13 subscribers away from that changing to 904. So please do subscribe. Every pre-season game live. Remember, we're playing Liverpool, which I'm really looking forward to, because I'm really excited to see what Arnie Slot Ball is all about. People won't shut up about it. So very excited to see what that's all about on early hours on Sunday. And then we've got the trip back and hopefully get a lot of our key players back. Because I can't be watching this starting lineup next season. It'll make me cry. We aren't looking at Hincapi from Leverkusen, very good on the ball and can also play left back, says Kevin. Been here since the Skype shows, even got on a few marks, says RJS Gaming. Who can remember the Snapchat shows and why we had to stop it? If you remember that, you're old school. United looking strong, hopefully going into the season, says Bobby. Also, That was from Wayne. We've read that as well. Thank you very much. 15,000 tuning in at 4 a.m. UK time. That's a community. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how big that is. 15,000 people watching at 4 a.m. on a Thursday morning in the UK is incredible. I know people that run channels who would be absolutely thinking they can retire off that. That's incredible. For a World Cup watch along, like for an FA Cup final, they'd be over the moon with that. I don't think there's anybody in live watch along arena who does over 10 anyway. Absolutely brilliant community. You are the best. And thanks everyone who's buying the book. And Kev, what are you doing up at 4 a.m, Kev? Kev's in the chat. Man United fan cam. Absolute legend. Yeah, so please do subscribe. We're very close to 904. I'd like to see Collier in the second half, says Muriaki. And Venture Roots has gifted a membership. You're a legend, mate. I want to see Mount. I want to see Anana. I want to see Collier in the second half. 100%. Yeah, definitely. Moses, welcome to the Members Club. You're a legend. Scarecrow says, what do you think about United Stand doing 10-minute pre-recorded videos on specific topics with great visuals? Yeah, we've done it before, mate. I do like it, but you think about it, we're built around live content. I mean, look, that's not a new thing. When I started doing this years ago, there used to be a channel called Full Time Devils, which was a fan channel, but it was owned by Fremantle Media. And they also owned a Chelsea channel, a Man City channel called Blue Moon. Full Time Devils was Man United. Fremantle owned it. Now, Fremantle were behind things like X Factor and stuff. And when I started the United Stand, nobody was doing live content at all. It wasn't. And what Full Time Devils and all them lot used to do is highly produced 10-minute videos about top 5 players Man United should sign, and it was all cutaways and stuff like that. So that style of video is actually a decade old. That's what YouTube was when I first came into it. Everybody was doing those types of videos. And I just didn't want to do what everyone else was doing because we didn't have the budget. So we used to do like live shows and it was very raw. And then everyone else started doing it. And now these pre-produced videos are coming back again. And it's interesting how things evolve, isn't it? But I don't mind doing it, but I just love live. I love live content. I love you all. I love the interaction. It's what we've been doing for 10 years. And, you know, I don't like pre-recorded content. The amazing thing is when I do pre-recorded content, it probably takes me about 5 takes to do it because I'm not used to not talking to people. Whereas if I go live and I see a live chat, I don't make mistakes. I just go boom. Second to 10 mark, please use this chat, Cash, for postage for the book to Gary Neville. What are you going to write in his inscriptions, says Chainsaw. Gary Neville's more than welcome to read a book about football and learn a few things. If he wants a copy, I'll hand deliver it myself. Do you have plans for new members' content, says Michael? Yes, I want to get back comparing some of the players. Players coming out onto the pitch as well, just while you say that, Michael. What's crazy is the game in July and you're in August, says Atoro. Hello, Goldbridge, says Ewan. Hope you're doing well, Ewan. Andre, welcome to the Members Club. Do you think United should have hijacked the Neves deal, considering its value, says Armchair Sportsman? We clearly couldn't. We clearly couldn't hijack it, mate. Yeah. Don't forget, it's the 1st of August. The book is out. Please order it. You can get it as an audio book now to listen to through your ears, or you can get the physical book as well. It is out now. I can't believe we're saying that. Instead of saying pre-order the book, you can order the book. It's out August the 1st. Links in the description or scan that QR code. Right, we're about ready for the second half to start here. Just waiting on, I think, Betis to come out. I don't know. It doesn't look like Man United have made many changes, which is great because we don't want to see a load of changes. We want to see, well, we are going to see a change at the back. I think that's Will Fish coming on, actually. So that's at least one change for Manchester United. But we're up and running for the second half. Thanks, everybody. Looks like Harry Maguire's gone off. In fact, I think both our centre-backs might have gone off. And it's Ahmad in down the right-hand side again. Needs to cut back. No, he needs to find the pass there. Held on to it a little bit too long. But we still retained possession. McTominay's still on. I mean, ghost. Absolute ghost, McTominay. I mean, he is the most confusing number 10 in the world because he doesn't pass. He doesn't create anything. Here's Ahmad again on the right-hand side. Good cross. Rashford. Ooh, way over the bar. Hard to judge the bar bounce there. But Ahmad with the cross again. Hope you have a good, mate. Hope you're good, mate. Have a good stretch, says Shady. I do need a stretch, Shady, actually. Good point. I'll tell you what, this stream's actually been a lot easier than I thought. I thought I'd be a lot more tired, but I'm actually... I've done these streams before, and I'm normally really, like, croaky and... but I actually feel fine. TF, the Football Rundown says, I completely agree with you on pre-records. Always feels less natural. Surprises me it would take you multiple takes, though. Brilliant content. You know what it is? I'll go, hello, welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge. And because I know I can re-record it, I'll make a mistake. Whereas when you're live, there's nowhere to go, is there? Any concerns so far, Mark, says Juan. My biggest concern is the team. I just can't believe that we're picking some of these players still at Man United. I'm not... You know, I know what'll happen. I know what's going to happen. We'll win this game, and people will start saying Casemiro's good enough. Sancho needs to play as a false nine. You know, Maguire's not that bad. We'll get all that shit that we get in pre-season, and then we'll get absolutely hammered by somebody in the first 3 games, and everyone will go, it's Ten Hag's fault. And it's not Ten Hag's fault. It's the club's fault for not being able to get rid of the shit that we've been trying to get rid of for years. That's my concern. I'm not fooled by most of that team. We have made a couple of changes here, haven't we? What we got? Johnny Evans and Will Fish are on. That's it. That's it at the moment. Betis have only made 1 sub themselves. Ryan Gibson says, our midfield is old and slow. There is no longevity in this team. At least 8 of those players should not and will not be anywhere near our first team. Keep up the great content. Well, I agree with you, Ryan, completely. Do you think Casemiro bonuses come from cards, says Dan Fields? And Mike says, for the anniversary, can you do a Red Rumours show again in a suit for old time's sake? It's been 7 or 8 years. Watched the channel ever since. I tell you what, Red Rumours was my idea. And I used to really like that. I mean, you wouldn't ever redo it, but can't remember the devil in the basement as well. It was good fun. It was good fun, that, to be fair. Damien H says, I'm the guy with a pet tortoise, Raphael. He's still alive. I work night shift, so I love to catch up United Stand videos and your streams. Damien, that's great. The amazing thing is, Damien, you're saying that the tortoise is still alive. I'd put money on it outliving you. They live for ages, mate. Fizlo says, who do you think will come in and out before September? And JJ says, Gary Neville can't read quality literature. And Rossi says, keep doing the live videos. Loving the content you've been giving us. Thanks, pal. Appreciate that. And Cameron says, Mark the GOAT. Mark, what happened to Binder? I'm so excited for Xerxes. Who are you excited for? I don't know what's happened to Binder, Cameron. I know he was in the Euros, but Turkey got knocked out quite early, didn't they? So Ina says, it's 3 a.m. here in Iceland, on vacation on my laptop, wife sleeping, love you all in this community. If you're getting any holidays, everybody enjoy it. If you're not, carry on. Jay says, straight to work after this game on 4 hours sleep. I'm going to try, I remember the polar bear says BS. Sending love from Malaysia, says Amir. And free header on the back post there for Betis, but he missed it. Ericsson pulls out of all 50-50s. How is that acceptable at this level? Nice to be rewarded with an 11 a.m. game here in Japan, says Kia. Look, Ericsson as a number 8 is finished. I don't know why we're doing it. Hopefully we're only doing it because we haven't got anybody else. But why is Collier not playing over Ericsson? I don't understand some of the team selections tonight. Unless Collier and Mount are going to play against Liverpool, I don't understand what Collier's done wrong to not start and what Mount's not done to not start. The only explanation I can think of is that they're going to start against Liverpool. Amas' similarity to Shaw is so scarily good to see, says Mario Franco. They are very, very similar, yeah. Do you think they will keep Will Fish around throughout the season as 5th or 6th, says Amir? As harsh as it sounds, I hope they don't. Because again, I don't think he's a high-line centre-back. I think he's just another edge-of-the-box centre-back. I mean, Alexa, play Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Somebody in the chat says, wake people up at 4 a.m. Hi, Mark. I'm going for my first United game in December against Newcastle. Super excited. Will Yoro be back by then, says Tart. If he's not back by then, I'll be very worried. Gav says, Vincent is the reason that it hasn't signed. Remaining company there from Gav. We knew our sell list would be tough, right, says P-Bugs. And Harrison says, does Rasmus's injury mean that Xerxes will go first choice and Cheeto second? Keep up the great content. I mean, we don't know what it means at the moment, do we? Really? Fabrizio Romano either doesn't sleep or he's got someone covering his account. You just can't be tweeting as much as he tweets and actually getting sleep. Here we go. Sancho down the left-hand side. Needs a bit of help. Does quite well into Amas. Into McTominay. Nice ball into Ahmad. Casemiro shoots wide. Good play. Beryl says, hope you're doing well, Beryl. Enjoying a Cabernet here in Little Rock, Arkansas. 10 p.m-ish. Love you, Mark, every single day. Thanks, Beryl. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy the drink. Christine is watching from New York. Can you wear a Legacy number 7 jersey every time we win a game this year? I can't watch Mount with the number 7. And re-sleep, by the way, I intend to, well, hopefully be wrapped up by about 5:30 and maybe get 4 hours. Get up at 9:30 and do the morning show. I might end up doing it for 10, you know. I don't know. I didn't think it was 4 hours might be enough, actually, because I had a couple already. We'll see. I'm definitely on the morning show. I just might knock it back a bit. I'm going to bed. I'm not going through from 5:30. Fuck that. Put my eye mask on. Put the earplugs in. And think about playing up front for United. And I'll be asleep in 5 minutes because I'll be in the graveyard shift, bored out of my head. Got a 9-hour shift today, not slept. It's too warm, says Jay. It was really warm. Tell you what, Jay, before I went live at 2:30, took the puppy out into the back garden, and normally I'm just like, go for a piss, I want to go back to bed. And it was so cool in the garden. I was out there for about 15 minutes. Walked back into the kitchen. It was like walking into an oven. Here's Ahmad. Here's McTominay. Should have passed. Good save, though. Got the shot off. McTominay ain't never passing in the 6-yard box there. Watch this. Watch Ahmad again. Lovely touch. Plays into McTominay. McTominay should have let it go to Sancho. Got the shot off, but Ahmad, incredible again. Yeah, we play Liverpool, don't we, on Sunday. They've just played Arsenal tonight, and they beat them 2-1. Salah and Carvalho scored. Liverpool's lineup was Kelleher, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Van der Berg, Tsimikas, Elliott, Szoboszlai, Jones, Salah, Jota, Carvalho. And they had obviously they've still got a few players missing, like Van Dijk's not there, Trent, etc. I don't think Andy Robertson's there either as well, which is weird because they got knocked out of bloody the Euros ages ago. Rashford's gone down again here, but I think it's an impact injury. I didn't see what happened to Rashford, but he normally just goes down from being clattered, so hopefully it's nothing too bad. No, it's a... should we have gone for Calafiore, midfielder and left defender, says P-Bugs? I don't think we had the money, mate. Mark, there is a tortoise called Jonathan. He was born in 1832 and he's 192 with Queen Victoria and recently with Prince William. That's amazing. Why did Skype shows end and would you bring them back? I don't think I've logged into Skype for about 10 years, mate. Does anybody use Skype anymore? Actually, we're sponsored by Skype. No, I'm joking. We won't be now. Cheers from Oklahoma, USA. It's nice watching a game at somewhat normal time, says Rod. And Bryce Jones is watching from Chicago. We'd love to have you here. Thanks for doing the early hours. Bryce, Chicago's a place I'd like to go to because there's a lot of good films there. That should have been a bloody penalty as well. That's more of a penalty than Ahmad's. So there you go. You can put that in your pipe and smoke it. Rashford's not injured there. There's no way. People are moaning about him hobbling. He ain't injured. That's the Saka hobble, that is. That's just bit of pain, but he ain't injured. It's an impact injury. Stephen Lopez says, I can see Rafab's tweet now. Rashford out for 5 months. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think he might be coming off, though. I think he's just caught one. I don't think it looks bad. Then again, you're right. With our luck, it probably will be a year. What do you think about adding suspense to Hotometer graphic by showing one player at a time, says Scarecrow? Man United are about to make about 10 subs here. 60 minutes gone. A load of subs about to happen. If you come to Chicago, steak and drinks on me, says Nabil. Makes no sense not playing an Arna today, says Daily Hibbert. Yeah, I don't really understand it either. Yeah, I don't really understand that one. Yeah, but he might be coming on now. Mount and Collier are coming on Zesty. The problem we'll have now is that all rhythm will just disappear because you're changing the whole team, aren't you? Betis have been the better team second half anyway. That's a goal. What a goal that is. Right on cue. Terrible marking again. 3-2. It's just terrible marking again. You know, you can change the profile of the players, but Casemiro's... Oh, Tom Heaton's playing 90 minutes. Don't get it. Don't get this at all. Why would you not be playing Onana? I don't know. I like Tom Heaton, but I don't really see the value in playing a goalkeeper who can't play out from the back. So here come the substitutions. Scanlon, Mount, Collier, Wheatley, Murray. Odieli, I think, is coming on. Oyedele, sorry. Anthony, obviously. Hannibal. Ruben says, now I'm not saying that this is good enough of a performance for the Premier League, but there's positive pressing and some nice passing play. Great to see Rashi and Ahmad working well together, says Ruben. And thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Really hope Ahmad isn't a pre-season Pirlo. He's not a pre-season Pirlo, Omar. He was already doing well for his last season. He's not a pre-season Pirlo. Pre-season Pirlo is somebody who isn't that good and then suddenly becomes good in pre-season and then becomes shit again. Yeah, he ain't a pre-season Pirlo. But we've got to be careful here. I mean, results don't massively matter, but half an hour for Betis to get back into it. Kind of excited about Obi. Why not, says P-Bugs. Exactly, why not? Daily Hibbert says, Anthony cutting in and shooting wide incoming. Quaid Field says, if Anthony cuts in and shoots, I'm going to lose it. And we've got a free kick here, though. I mean, look, let's hope that Mason Mount and Collier come on and do well. And others. I don't know. Have Betis made many subs yet? I didn't see that graphic go round quick enough. Only one sub for Betis at the moment. Mason Mount, he's still that player that you forget plays for Manchester United. Oyedele Masterclass loading, says Enfo. Andrew Burns says, any update on Wan-Bissaka? Well, I think the fact that he's played an hour for United tonight, which again, I just don't understand. God knows what's happening. If that was a United winger, we would have shot it from the corner rather than cross it in like they did, says Michael Fetty. But yeah, I think you're going to have to go some in this last half an hour to get anywhere near taking man of the match off Ahmad. I think he was brilliant again. Absolutely brilliant. Just going back to Rashford, thought he did quite well, but just going back to Rashford, he did come off after that knock on his ankle. I don't think that will be anything too serious by the look of it, but it might keep him out of the Liverpool game. It looked like he just got a kick on the ankle. Daryl Thompson says, morning, Mark. Love the content. Yeah, if you're just waking up and joining us, I suppose, it is 4:30 in the UK, but it could be another time in another place, which is the way the world works. Very welcome. Shaunuk says, with no Højlund, do you think Ten Hag starts Rashi, Ahmad and Garnacho together with Ahmad as a false nine? I think Xerxes has to be given the opportunity, mate. You know, what's the point in buying a 6'3" striker and then not using him when Rasmus is injured? So Alberto says, Ahmad, player of the season, keep it going. So no, the answer to the question is I don't see United using Rashford or Ahmad or Sancho as a false nine. You've got. I agree with Lookman. You've got to go with. Xerxes. We're 5 subscribers away from 904,000, by the way. So please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Very, very welcome on the United Stand. Get involved. Daily content every morning at 10, every evening at 8, and this could be 3-3. No, cut back over the bar. Remains 3-2 to Manchester United. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Liverpool game at the weekend. You can take a lot of confidence from a game like that, even though it's pre-season and a lot of the players aren't the players that we would expect to use. You can take a bit of confidence from a game like that because it's Liverpool if you do quite well. And also, Liverpool have been doing very well in pre-season under Arne Slot, so I'm interested to see, you know, sort of where they are in comparison to us. I mean, we've got a hell of a lot of players missing. Mason Mount could have been through there. No foul. We still like that long ball over the top, don't we? Do you have an opinion on luxury tax over FFP, says Taylor? Not at 4:30 in the morning. How do players become so brittle upon joining United, says Mihir? I don't know, mate. I think it's probably just... He's offside there. Get your flag up. Get your flag up. Get your flag up. That was that foul on Mount. Probably a little bit soft, to be fair. It was a foul, but a bit of a shoulder barge. Got a penalty for that in the World Cup. Snapdragon Cup up for grabs, Mark. Our first silverware of the season, says Jeff. And Naveen says, Mark, do you think Casemiro is holding back? Because ever since the time where we had to get a second opinion on his injury by his own doctor, he's been playing on the back foot, says Naveen. A few subs coming on here for the Betis side. Which gives me another chance to plug the book. We started the stream about 115 sales away from getting into the top 10. We are now at 33. So thanks everyone who's ordered one. The book is out today. Scan the QR code. You can order it worldwide through Amazon. If you're in the UK, you can order it through Amazon, or you can go WH Smith and get a signed copy. The audio version of the book is available as well, i.e. me talking about the book, right, basically just reading the book out, which I'm looking forward to listening to myself. So if you're somebody who likes to listen in the bath or read in the bath, you can get the physical book. You could actually get the book and listen to it at the same time and do that. I don't know who does that. But thanks everyone who has been ordering the book. It's out now, August the 1st, and you're absolute legends supporting another bucket list thing that's been done because of this community. So thanks everybody, and I think you really enjoy the book as well. If you like the United Stand, you'll like the book because it's that sort of comedy. But I hasten to use the word comedy. It's that sort of humour, language, and take on football. And it's also got how I very nearly ended up... It's ironic, actually, based on being banned by Everton, but there is a paragraph in there, well, probably about half a page, on how I very, very nearly became an Everton fan. And it's a true story, which is just madness now when you think that Everton banned me. Ungrateful shits. Mark, I'm at the club partying. What's wrong with Rashford, says Jesse. Out for the season. No, I'm only joking. He just got he got a kick to the ankle. Looked to me a little bit like a, just pain. I don't think... I never really worry too much about injuries where it's impact, because they don't tend to be the problems. It's the twists that you worry about. It's the ones where you can't see the impact that you worry about. And it looked like he just got a kick on the ankle and was in a bit of pain. Maybe he'll miss the Liverpool game. He probably won't. I certainly don't think it looked like it'd be anything long term. Ali says, if you were being subbed into United during the game right now, where would you come in and who would you replace? Or at my age, I'd have to be next to Johnny Evans at centre-back. Why do you think we haven't signed De Ligt yet, says Gav? Because we haven't sold a centre-back. Sell to buy. Martin says Anthony stinks. Yeah, I've seen the chat. He's getting absolutely ridiculed. There's not a penalty shootout after this one, Raymond. Thank the Lord. Why banned from Everton, says Brandon. I don't know. Basically, there was a charity game at the end of the season that I was invited to play in with Angry Ginge, and I got a message from the organisers saying that you're banned from Everton and it goes high up. And we tried to find out why. We couldn't. I think it's the Sean Dyche impression, really, but nobody actually knows. Now, considering Angry Ginge was at the Man United Everton game when we beat them with Garnacho at Christmas, singing Feed the Scousers, and he was allowed to play, we were all stunned, Ginge included, that I was banned when I haven't done anything, but, Abba has just ordered the book on Audible. You're a great mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I played at Anfield, Lee. Yeah. I think I'm done now. Played at Anfield, played at Villa Park, played at Old Trafford, played at West Ham, played at Selhurst Park. Wembley's the only one really now. And I'm not that bothered about Wembley. Been there. I find Wembley a bit soulless. The old Wembley, yeah. Nathan says, I've only just woken up. How's the game been? Oh, good tackle. Good tackle. Ahmad, amazing first half. Amas did well. Rashford, Sancho, Eriksen, Casemiro, Wan-Bissaka did okay. I think Lindelof and Maguire looked rusty, which is probably why they came off at half-time. McTominay was a ghost. And that was pretty much my assessment of the first half. We passed the ball a bit better. The fitness was better. But I think my overarching thing is when you look at the team that started the game, it's just worrying how many... The worrying news is that we're being told that Yoro's out for 3 months and Rasmus is out for 6 weeks. And, you're looking at a Man United side that's still got Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Sancho, Eriksen and Casemiro in it. And they're the 7 players I wanted sold at the start of the summer. So here we are, 2 weeks out from Fulham and the start of the Premier League, and we've still got 7 players starting for United in a pre-season game that he wanted to get sold. That's the worry. I hope this doesn't go to penalties, says Robert. No, it doesn't go to penalties, I don't think. Mason Hughes says, at this point, I'd rather have Angry Ginge at right wing over Anthony. Guy's garbage. And Gavin George says, why did you start the United stand? It's in the book. Read the book. Short answer. just was bored of the mainstream. And still am. Scripted, I've played the game, boring. I wanted to find something where I could speak to fans and have proper conversations, and that's what we started on. One show a week on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock. I played at the King Power, yes, I have played at the King Power. Nice ball over the top. Wheatley's in. Needs to lay this off. Needs to lay it off. No. Still got it though. Lovely feet there by, I think that was Anthony. He's won a free kick. Hope Xerxes ready soon, says Lynn. Hope you're doing well, Lynn. He will be ready, fitness-wise. But we just won't see him until the Man City game. Jay says, I remember the walks to work. Yeah, they were good. The old days. I remember the streams where I had the pictures blue tacked to the wall. Remember them? It took me bloody ages to do that. It was basically, I think it was 16 A4 photographs of Old Trafford that I printed and then had little gaps between the two and stuck them behind me. P-Bugs, member tonight. Thanks for the great work. Get in. Thanks, pal. Hope you're doing well. Does Mrs. Goldbridge care about football, says Ali? Not massively. Natch says, if United disappeared, what club would you support? Impossible question. You can't think about supporting somebody else when you... when you've picked your team. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're a Liverpool fan, United fan. You can't say, if they didn't exist, who would you support? I'll probably support Arsenal. You know, it just doesn't work like that. I couldn't imagine supporting anybody else. We're blessed to support Manchester United. In fact, that's in the book as well. But in short, just couldn't believe what my granddad showed me when he was like, getting me these videos out and talking about, you know, you watching these VHS tapes of the story of Man United and the tragedy and then the resurrection, and it's just I couldn't imagine supporting anybody else. Which is why it hurts so much when you've got complete twats running the club like the Glazers, but couldn't imagine supporting anyone else. Mason Mount getting a bit of stick in the chat for not making the simple pass. We're on the break here, though. Okay. Oh, Wheatley just couldn't get it out his feet. Mount! Oh, just hit it first time, mate. Took a touch and then got blocked out. Collier's looked good again. Gav says, you never carried on the Football Manager series with Solihull. I mean, I got them promoted. That was the aim. Quite an open game now with 12 minutes to go. Can you show us the team, Mark? Yes, sorry. It's been stuck on the book thing for ages, hasn't it? There you go. So that's how the team looks at the moment. Scanlon playing at right back again. He's not a right back. Betis is just about to make a few more subs here. I mean, Mabry's a waste. Mabry's basically the Scott McTominay of the second half, isn't he? Not noticed him at all. Riley Bird says, Collier's better than McTominay, Mark. Oh, easy, mate. Easy. I mean, on the ball, he's better, yeah. Like, you notice him in the game more. Is he a better finisher? Probably not. Is he better in the air? Probably not. But is he a better passer and tackler and more energetic? Yes. Yes, sir. I don't think it goes to a penalty shootout if they draw. If it does, desperately don't want to draw. But Betis looking all right here. Pinging it around. Cross into the box. Just be careful there. Yeah, they're still hanging around though, Betis. You feel like there's going to be another goal at some point. They're on the attack again here, into the box. As I say, Scanlon's not really a right back, but he does his job quite well there. Yeah, I mean, look, I said it in the first half. My concern would, if I was Anthony, would be I'm playing in the reserve team, and Sancho, Rashford, and Ahmad are all starting ahead of me, and Garnacho's definitely ahead of me. So if is he fifth choice? I don't know. Mark, you feel like it looks like you're hitting a bit of a brick wall, mate. It is. You're probably right, if I'm being honest. Anthony, that's a terrible pass. But I don't know how you solve a problem like Anthony, really. He looks to me like he's a player that thrives on confidence. And, I mean, Damon says Mount's been shocking. I don't know what... You know what? I don't actually understand, in fairness to Mount, I don't really understand why Mount didn't start the game ahead of Eriksen. And maybe that's knocked his confidence a little bit, because I'm telling you now, if you're playing in the second half, then you feel like you're in the reserve team. Because he's definitely picking his strongest team in the first half. So if I'm Mount, I'm looking at McTominay and Eriksen starting ahead of me, and I'm thinking, why? So maybe that's been a bit of a problem for him. Scott says it's because Eriksen's better. Absolutely not. Eriksen played as the 8, mate. Eriksen doesn't tackle anymore after Andy Carroll, so how can he be better? Good play there by Oyedele. He's been low key. I think he's done quite well on this tour as well. Collier there again with a nice little layoff. He always wants the ball, Collier. There he is, you see again. Oh, a bit of a dangerous ball back to Heaton though. Made a right pig's ear of this. Goes for a corner. Yeah, it wasn't a great ball back by Collier there. I give him a bit of a jinx. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. Send Anthony on loan to Italy. It worked for Delo, says Joseph. So what? Betis have had the chances. It's been a lot more equal game in the second half, hasn't it? Back post again, unmarked. Looked a bit offside to me, to be fair, but... Love Rain says, I've been telling people about Collier. He's not that guy. What? Because of one pass? I think I trust my judgment over one bad pass, mate. I think he's been a. I think there's definitely stuff there. Well, in Scanlon. Going back to Wheatley. I don't feel that with Wheatley there's ever been... Oh, well done, Mount there. That's a foul. I don't feel with Wheatley there's ever been any acknowledgement or projection that he was going to be a first-team player for Man United this season. So I think the way I see it with Wheatley is he probably needs to go and do what Hugo's done and go and get a loan move. I mean, Savage says I'm not impressed with Wheatley, but I think you're coming at it from the wrong angle. I don't think he is being touted as our sort of first team striker option off the bench next season. I think he's more it's more about go on the tour, get some pre-season experience, and then get a loan move. Anthony's off as well. What's the point? I don't know. Well, I mean, that's another injury then, isn't it? Anthony needs to meet with the sports psychologist, says Jake. I don't even know what happened with Anthony there. It must be injury related. Here's Collier into the box. Good play, but he just didn't get the cut back. So quick across the ground. Jack Looker says, childish from Ten Hag in my opinion. Even if he isn't doing his job, don't pull him off the pitch. He wasn't taking instructions from Ten Hag, apparently, says Raymond. I don't know. Some people are saying it was petulance and he was subbed by Ten Hag for tactics. Some people are saying it might be an injury. I mean, he wasn't hobbling, so as I say, I don't know. But he didn't look particularly injured. Ali says commentary isn't sure if it's injury or he's angry. Apparently he was limping earlier. Yeah, I reckon it's injury. But I said this the other week. Anthony's actually injury prone. People just don't want to admit it. He is injury prone. He gets injured a lot. Jamie says, we've had no additions to the starting 11. I don't see how anything can change from last season. I'm very worried. And Kyle says Ten Hag knows he can't play Eriksen and McTominay against Liverpool, Mark. Also, Onana would be redundant with this defensive line, says Kyle. Jamie said, we've had no additions to the starting lineup. Very worried, says Jamie. Wish we signed Obi Martin earlier. Would have been nice to see him play in pre-season, says Muriaki. And genuinely, says Arsene, see us going for Tony now. No, we won't. Oh, I mean, never say never, but where are we getting the money from to go for Ivan Tony, mate? It's not. It always makes me laugh when people come up with stuff like that. I genuinely think we'll go for Tony now because Rasmus is injured, and yet we haven't bought De Ligt, Agate or Wan-Bissaka because we've got to sell to buy. So we're not going to buy essential players because we can't afford it, but we're going to go and spend £50 million on Tony, who is just because Rasmus is injured for a month. No, never. Never. Can't see it happening. It would be weird. Thanks everyone who's tuned in tonight, though. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks for all the new members, the super chats, and everybody else who's been watching as well. We have got one more US Tour watch-along, which is on Saturday. But, of course, the United Stand is live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock, and we normally have a 2 o'clock show for you as well. I'll do a match reaction after this because I think there's quite a lot to talk about just in relation to, injuries again. It looks like Anthony's gone off injured now. Rashford took a knock, so we've already know that Rasmus is out for 6 weeks apparently. GM says a bit of a shocking second half. Always is the way. You know, you make that many changes, you do lose the momentum. But look, it doesn't mean a hell of a lot, but it would be nice to get a win in pre-season. Good header away by Collier on the back post. Tarek says 4 injuries and the season hasn't even started. The trouble with picking up an injury in pre-season is that you miss out on pre-season, and pre-season's really important. So Anthony is now probably going to miss training for another week or so. Rasmus misses pre-season. Yoro's going to miss pre-season. It just sets you back, doesn't it? There's no penalty shootout today, Karma. It didn't happen last year. It's only one game where it happened in last year, and that was the Arsenal game, and it happened in that game again. Prab says we can't really rely on Rasmus. He's injury prone. No, he's not. He's had 4 different injuries in a year. We need to buy another striker like Tony, says Prab. Can you tell us where the money's coming from Prab then? Because I just spent like a minute talking about this 5 minutes ago. We need a midfielder. We need a centre-back, and we need a right-back and a left-back, and we haven't got the money to buy them until we sell somebody. And you're talking about signing Ivan Toney. Like, you've got to live in the real world. It's those sort of unrealistic expectations that cause Ten Hag out movements, or, you know, people to turn on a player, because you're not being real. Like, we haven't got the money. We haven't got the money to go and buy Ivan Toney. No, I want to see people like Maguire and McTominay sold, and Sancho and Eriksen and everyone like that, and that's realistic, but we probably won't do it. I'm not going to moan about stuff that's not realistic. We can't just go and sign Ivan Toney. Like, we haven't got the money. We don't know what happened with Anthony, CFC Cash. Some people probably trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, saying that he stormed off, but or he was subbed off. But I don't think that would happen in a pre-season game. Looks like another injury because he was accompanied by a medical team. Yeah, I think it was definitely an injury for Anthony. Forced off. Yeah, definitely. You're absolute legends. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm going to go and do my match reaction now, but don't forget, not only have Manchester United won, but it is August the 1st, and therefore the book is now out. It's in my hand. It can be in yours. You can also listen to it by ordering the audio version of the book. You can probably get that straight away because you don't need it physically to be delivered, do you? Football According to Mark Goldbridge, out for the new season. We've done it. We've got a book out. Who would have thought that when we started United Stand? Absolutely fantastic. We were only about 20 away from getting into the top 10, which would be an amazing achievement. So please do pre-order it. Links in the description, or scan the QR code. That is out now. Thank you, everybody. Means a lot. And it's always your support that makes these things happen. So thank you very much. I'm going to go and order a match reaction. I'm not going to order a match reaction. I'm going to go and record my match reaction. We will have the morning show for you. We'll hopefully get an interview with a player up with Beth out there as well. Thanks everybody for watching. Please do pre-order the book, and let me know what your thoughts are. Take care, everyone. I'll speak to you later. Thank you for spending it with me at 3 a.m. We've won the Snapdragon Cup, says Jeff.